It's Sunday night, and you're staring at the ceiling with a sinking feeling in your gut. You know you had 2 days off, but for some reason, your brain can't find a single one of them. It feels like you blinked on Friday afternoon and opened your eyes just in time for the Monday morning alarm. This is the 48-hour memory leak, and it's not because you're getting older, it's because your brain is systematically deleting your life. For 99% of human history, our ancestors lived in a world where every hour was etched into their consciousness. Today, we live in a world of time wealth, where we actually have more hours of leisure than ever before, but we have no memory of using them. We are working at jobs we don't believe in to pay for lives that never quite arrive, and the cost of that trade is the very fabric of our time. Think about the Hadza of Tanzania. They are one of the last hunter-gatherer groups on Earth, and they still live the way every human lived for 300,000 years. On average, they only work about 2.5 hours a day, hunting, gathering, and cooking, while the rest of their time is spent in what researchers call the original affluent society. They don't have bosses, they don't have rent, and they don't have weekends because, to them, every day is already a weekend. But there's a deeper secret to why their lives feel longer and more filled than ours. It's called the time unit paradox. When your brain experiences the same routine over and over, the same commute, the same desk, the same scrolling through a phone, it stops recording. It treats your weekend like a background process, something that doesn't require long-term storage. Your brain's memory engine, the hippocampus, is designed to encode lived experiences as episodes you can replay later. But in our modern world, we've removed the skeleton that memory needs to survive. Think back to when you were a baby. You lived an entire life before age 3, yet you remember none of it. Scientists found that before we have language to structure our experiences, our memories are like water with no container. They exist for a moment, and then they are gone. Most of us are living our weekends like infants. We have raw sensory impressions, the light of a TV screen, the texture of a couch, but we have no narrative framework to attach them to. Without words, stories, and social connection, those 48 hours are simply overwritten by the brain's neurogenesis, the constant process of building new connections that can actually tear down old ones if they aren't properly anchored. This is where novelty anchors come in. To stop the leak, you have to look at how our ancestors narrated their lives. In a Kung Bushman camp, the first hour of the day isn't spent checking emails. It's spent in casual conversation. This conversation is the operating system of the community. They talk about who told a joke, who might be sick, and who shared their food. By talking about their lives, they are building the skeleton that allows their brains to store those moments forever. If you want to make your weekend feel twice as long, you need to use the Maori strategy. Anthropologists found that the Maori people of New Zealand have the earliest first memories of any culture on Earth, reaching back to age 2.5. Because their culture places an extraordinary emphasis on personal history and storytelling, they don't just experience things, they narrate them. When you spend your Saturday in silence, you are essentially asking your hippocampus to delete the day. But when you create a novelty anchor, do something you have never done before, even if it's small, and then describe it to someone else, you are tagging that memory for long-term storage. Even something as simple as the campfire effect can change your brain's perception of time. Our ancestors shared stories around the campfire for 300,000 years. The campfire was the original theater and original classroom, where 81% of conversations were stories. At night, our ancestors didn't just collapse into a continuous block of sleep like we do. They practiced biphasic sleep, waking up in the middle of the night for an hour or two of quiet wakefulness. During this watch, they would interpret dreams, reflect on their lives, and talk to their neighbors. We traded that quiet, meditative window for a light switch. Artificial light tricks your brain into believing it's always daytime, leaving your nervous system unable to truly rest. Your body is still built for the hunter-gatherer world, but it's trapped inside a modern one. This weekend, Find one novelty anchor. Do something you've never done before, then tell someone about it. Your words give experiences a skeleton. They give your hippocampus a reason to remember. Don't let your weekends become a black hole where your life should be. Reclaim your time. You were built for more than just surviving until Monday morning.